Hello and welcome. I've been making a good amount of progress here and I finally got Priest, if I can find it. As for the video today, we're going to be taking a brief look at these three healers and doing a rough comparison just to see the differences between them all. Mainly to take a look at Priest, because Priest takes a while to get inside of the daily pass as you have to log in multiple days instead of obtaining it through normal means in here. I will admit that's kind of annoying. For now, we're gonna go over to the Green Hill and I want to try Priest. I have zero clue what it's like, and as a tower that's pretty restricted to the login to acquire condition, I figure I share my little experience with you all. Okay, right off the bat, Priest is kind of expensive. Not too expensive, but it'll take a moment for us to get there, especially in this mode. They're a little bit slow on movement. Alright, this should be a good wave to put Priest on. I just need to decide where. I think maybe I don't want to get hit by a rock. We'll put him there. Healing and HP. Oh, that's cool. That's a really cool effect. For passives, it's got two of them and then an active ability. Distribute the healing amount equally to every injured ally within range. That's really interesting. Being supported by Watcher, if you're in a large group, might be good to increase that range. Although, equally could reduce it by a huge amount, so maybe having it closer would be better. It depends on how far it can go, I suppose, with its healing. Well, that's rather unfortunate, ain't it now? Just gonna put this one here. The next ability is gonna be Awaken with a 30-second cooldown. Revive an ally within range or self. Wait, Priest can revive themselves? That's interesting. I didn't expect that. As for the active ability, it's a little bit longer, 120 seconds, but protect all allies within the range from damage for 8 seconds and die at the skill end. Does it actually die or does it go into a coma? Because I don't know if Priest actually, gets deleted. So that might be a little bit frightening. All right, after upgrading it, we have this for the next one. We get more range, more healing, and more HP. And then next up, we have even more healing, more HP, and we get the passive Awaken. Dude, what? The healing's actually pretty all right. I believe Healer has a weird gimmick. I've only used it twice, but it utilizes a actual currency for Healer in the form of plants that you pick up. So Priest is more in line with Slime, it looks like. On the topic of Slime, we got Slime Rain, and we also can see the final upgrade here. Healing is insane. You get roughly around 130 healing, and considering it goes to all allies, that's going to be really good for a lot of the later difficulties, which is pretty nice to see. I haven't looked at it yet, but I do wonder if the masteries are going to increase the healing amount or just some of the basic stats here like range and its own health. Yeah, that healing is pretty good. Oh, that's so cool. Just having a healer that can distribute to all around is pretty nice. This is pretty cool. Cool. Priest is definitely pretty interesting here with all of the passives. Alright, now that we're back, we can actually take a look at Priest and its masteries. So we got 8% healing. That's actually pretty nice. And then 12%. And lastly, Awaken cooldown and rate reduction. I'm not sure how good this is. I more or less was looking for healing, but it's definitely interesting. I suppose if you have two priests next to each other, they could revive each other because that is supposed to be the active ability. This is why I kind of wish the developers added the passives and active abilities for previewing somewhere around here so we could see. And that's also why I went into the match first so we could actually see what the priest has because it doesn't show here. But anyways, I believe Priest is gonna be pretty alright. As a really rough comparison, we got Slime here, and Slime is really low at healing. Granted, it's supposed to be one of the first towers you get, so it kind of makes sense, but it's still pretty rough. And here's level 2 for slime. Once we get into level 3, we obviously see the difference between slime and a dedicated healer. Slime has mucus, and it slows down enemies, which is really good as a support trait. But when it comes down to just healing, yeah, Priest definitely seems really good. By the way, just for full transparency, slime starts at Mastery 1. I have it at Mastery 2 just to be on par, but Mastery 2 just gives plus 10 max HP, so it doesn't really do anything regardless. I will admit, one of the greater benefits of slime is that fast rate. The healing is going wonderfully here. I forgot to mention this, but this is at level 4, and these are all the things we get if we upgrade to level 5. So yeah, slime is most definitely more on the side of support rather than full healer, but the small healing it does give is good regardless, especially early on when you don't have much, but we can easily see the difference when we're given a full healer instead of a semi-support unit. Now, when it comes to medic only has one healing charge. We gotta get Archer a little closer. Never mind, Archer just regened off of the natural 20%. Thank you, Archer. Now, when it comes to medic has a charge-up system, and we won't actually see that until we get a little bit further upgrade-wise. And to do that, we can see that we get 1 elixir. Medic has 2 passives over here. The first one doesn't really tell you much, and I wish it did, but eating this elixir will make you feel better. Maybe we can make more. And if you've noticed, there's actually a number 1 right there, and that is the quantity of elixirs that Medic has. And Medic can only be placed on a hill, but we get a huge range as shown. If we upgrade, that number does go up and it caps out at 6. Right here at level 3, we can actually see that herbs will begin to grow and we have to collect them to make elixirs. You might have also noticed that the healing for medic is really high up, but if you're trying to save space by not using medic because you need heal towers, priest definitely looks way better in that regard. Now that we've leveled up medic, we can see the herbs and we collect them, and it's real simple. Also, that range is really awesome. At level 4, we get only heals allies with HP below 75% and grants 20 shield each time healing is applied. Now, when it comes to stats, level 4 will boost us by 70 for healing, and that will take us to 120 total for single target, and with a very fast rate. So honestly, this is a really good option as well if you're looking for single target healing. Not to mention, medic has a pretty low cost for the starting levels in addition to their placement. It really just comes down to the restriction of heal. If you're curious about the max level, we get herbs grow faster, we get some HP, additional shield, healing, range, and overall it's really good. I didn't fully catch it, but I'll have the footage here. Medic actually did something. They've been staring at this for a while, but it definitely feels like medic has a condition where they'll heal at a certain moment, and that's my kind of gripe with this. Because look, they're injured right now, but they won't get healed, and I really wish Elixir told me the condition for that. As a rough comparison off of memory, I believe that slime will do healing regardless of whatever issue you have, be it 1 HP missing or 100 HP missing. Just to showcase, yeah, my units are a little bit injured. That one got healed, but everyone else is kind of still... They've got bruises, you know? Also, they are within range, so it's just weird. I forgot to mention it in the match, but medic starts out at level 3 by default. Alright you guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I mostly just wanted to show and compare the different healers in case any of you guys are trying to get priests for yourself. And as a ground unit, it's actually pretty unique. I'm surprised that all of these towers are unique in their own way, from a support build to a full-on medic to a crowd control healer. Really cool stuff. I mentioned it earlier, but I know getting priests takes a while and that's pretty annoying. I wish it was changed a little bit better as well. But honestly, for what it is, it's pretty good. But that's going to be all for this video. If you guys want to suggest any games for me to check out, leave a comment down below. If you're looking for other games to play, check out my channel. I upload a ton of content, so hopefully you'll find something new and fun to play. And if you want to give this game a try, the link is going to be in the description as always. And that's going to be it from me. I will see ya.